Welcome to Hot Stuff with Honza. My name is Jeff Honza and I'm the Assistant Athletic Director for Strategic Communications at Southeast Missouri State. One of my hobbies is to eat the hottest, spicy food out there. Today we're going to start with the Death Nut Challenge. All 5 levels will have Carolina Reaper peppers in the dry rub base coating on the peanuts. In the 5th level, there will be 13 million Scoville crystals. So let's get this on. So today's special guest is Southeast Missouri basketball coach Brad Korn. Brad, welcome to the show.
I guess thank you. I didn't really realize what I was getting myself into, but I guess you're the man in charge.
Well, first, just give us a little background on your experiences with spicy food.
I mean, a little hot sauce on your eggs, a little hot sauce on a burrito maybe, but hot food challenges, especially 5 levels and these Scovilles that you speak of, not really familiar with all that.
Are you ready to try this out?
I mean, you're here. I don't know what to tell you. I'm making no promises, but I'm going to give it the good old college try. What about 1 at each level? You're going to eat all 4, I know, but hold on. Let me just.
I'm going to use a napkin to touch them.
Yeah, I'm
just
going to
you want
get
to
everything just ready. I don't think this is a very good idea when I walk in and see a trash can right here. That's probably a bad sign.
All right, we got level 1. Getting started, we got a little Carolina Reaper pepper. Are you ready?
I mean, I'm going 1 at a time. You're just going all in.
I'm just going all in.
Cheers. There's 0 chance of getting level 5.
What'd you think of the first level? Hits you a little bit.
That's about where I'd stop.
Very sweet.
Sweet.
Flavor's good.
Sweet. Probably the last word I'd have used for.
Second level, warming up. It's pretty good for a starter.
Level 2. Ghost peppers. Now, I can honestly say I've never had a ghost pepper in my life, for good reason. Cheers.
Cheers. How are things going with the team with workouts so far?
So far, so good. It's been good. We've kind of, we didn't have the summer workouts. We're kind of treating this is our 4th week. So we're kind of treating this as our preseason, just getting the guys' bodies acclimated back to moving basketball-wise. They all say they've been working out, but it's totally different when you get out there with coaches and everything. So just really getting that, just treating this kind of as the preseason type part of the season, if you will, and then we'll progressively increase everything as we go. But been pleased with the guys to this point. I mean, they've been great effort, getting better, putting some stuff in, learning terminologies, defense, all that type of stuff. Everything's new. We got 6 new guys, and then obviously the staff being new. So it's just all of it's a learning process. Trying not to overdo everything right now.
Now, when you were hired, it was right at the start of this pandemic.
Yeah.
So when was the first time you actually were able to have in-person contact with your players? I know there were a couple guys that were still here around campus, but
when did this semester begin? August 24th. So that August the 23rd, Sunday night, we did a social distanced meeting in the Show Me Center, and that was really the first time I met some of those guys in person.
So what were some of your communication means that you were using just to get the team together and everything before that time?
Just a lot of Zoom. We Zoomed all the time. Once the summer was taken away, we tried to do 2 basketball Zooms a week, and then we tried to have a guest speaker on Sunday evenings. We did some basketball stuff where we cut up some clips, and I was talking over the video so they could hear some basketball terminology, but then also get some sort of connection to it, so they just weren't sitting around again for a longer period of time to the program and how it's going to be when they got here.
Gotcha. Well, on that note, you ready for level 3?
I will say, I don't know, I'm not going to say it. I'm not going to jinx myself. All right, here we go. Cheers.
Not so much on the sweet side on that one, but the heat is definitely rising.
Good way to put it. The key is to not swallow the saliva that's still left in your mouth.
The key that I've found is just eat it all at once and then just suffer in pain whenever.
One strategy.
Talk a little bit about your coaching staff that you brought here to Cape.
I thought it was important to just get guys that were familiar with me, especially starting out fresh and being a first-time head coach. And that's always something that people maybe are cautious about or have a little bit of reservation about. So I thought it was important to have experienced guys that knew me, that I've been around in an office setting, that I could be with around day to day and not really ever have to worry. And I wanted guys that wanted to be at SEMO for the right reasons. And so with everybody that's on staff I've worked with before in an office setting before they came here. And I knew that they were always going to have my back. I knew when we left that office, we left meetings, they were going to be there for the right reasons in terms of the program. You know, wanting to see the program do better and to move forward. So just multiple guys of being around basketball and just really truly love basketball. And you think, well, duh, you should because you're a basketball coach, but sometimes it's not really always that way. And so it's like they really love basketball. They have great relationships with players, and I really thought that was very, very important.
Well, moving on.
Now you realize this will be
You're doing really good.
Yeah, we get this one done.
You are at level 4.
This is definitely a win if we get this one done.
My mouth is tingling and my ears are starting to burn. So here is level 4.
Whatever question you had, you should have asked before that.
That one. I'll let this settle in just for a second.
Yeah, I'm waiting.
With the initial start of the season supposed to be November 10th, how does that adjust the way you guys are doing things, you know, knowing that your season's going to start, you know, a couple weeks later?
For us, I think it helps in the sense that, like we touched on earlier, we didn't have the summer. So we don't have to be in such a mad rush to try to get everything in before those times. It gives you a little more time, obviously, to get some of the things in. It gives guys more time for their body. Because, you know, we always talk about the basketball side of it. We also have the weight training component, you know, Coach Brew and getting the guys' bodies right off the court as well. So I think that's also very, very important that he can take a little more time too and do it right to make sure we're healthy once we do get to that point. You know, if the goal is to execute the season, then we've got to put ourselves in the best position to do that.
With the non-conference portion of the schedule, how do you see that shifting?
So I think it's just going to continue to move until someone comes out with a concrete and says, okay, here's what it is, boom, boom, which I still think is going to come at some point. And then we got to make a decision as a conference as well of what does that look like, what's best for everybody, and then you can almost probably going to have to work backwards a little bit from that.
You were back as a player. You were back in the heyday of SIU basketball.
Yeah.
How was it for you to be able to come over here as a player, you know, during those successful playing days that you had over there? Now you're on this side of the Mississippi River and get to face them in your first job as a head coach.
I just always remember, no matter what, no matter how good, how bad, whatever the case may be, that it was always a tough game. You know, there were always great players. You just never could just show up and win. To me, bringing that back here and make that a true game and the proximity for the fans and for the region, you know, I think it's something that we got to strive for. We got to make, in my opinion, SIU want to play us. You know, it's got to be a big game on their schedule too. But to now make this a continual yearly thing that everyone kind of sees and circles on the calendar, fans, the region, and we can really build it up to what it can be and hopefully what it should be.
All right, you ready to take this on?
No. I already know what you're going to ask, and no, I'm not.
This is it. This is the death nut. 13 million Scoville crystals. Are we ready?
It's a chilly day, but, you know, I don't think it's going to be that chilly after today.
Well, cheers.
To number 5.
Thank you for joining us.
You got it. We'll see if we make it
Had a
out
lot
of
of
it.
fun.
We'll see if we make it out of here. Oh boy. Stuff up so it doesn't get ruined.
And that
I know it's coming.
is Hot Stuff with Honza. That's a wrap.
Uh-oh.
Are you all right?
I'm good. For now. I mean, it's the delay, obviously.
I can't feel my tongue.
Yeah.